live on the internet. We're live. Not what I was looking for. That's creepy.
You know when your channel goes live because you see an ad pop up.
Okay, I'm gonna do this one. I think this one. Nope. There we go. Paste. Okay. There.
Geek Girls. That's us. We're Geek Girls. Alright, I tweeted Twitter botted from my tweeter. That's 1. And stream pimping 2. And project sharing 3. Announcements. Oh, that's where I'd done it. Son of a bitch. I knew I'd done it somewhere. Boom. Okay, all the things and all the places. What up, Breezy Bone? What's going on? What's good?
Crazy Bone!
No,
Are you from that one band?
It's Breezy Bone, actually.
Crazy Bone? I'm trying to craft a funny tweet. Shut up. Takes all my brain power.
Did you just tell me to shut up on my own show? On my own
on your pre-show?
On our pre-show show with the show dough. For real, though.
I need to work out, man. I swam for an hour yesterday, and I feel like I ran a 5K. Like, every bone in my shoulders hurts, and, like, legs and calves. And it was a lazy river. It wasn't even, like, a real pool. I just floated.
Alright, I think I may have come up with a solution to my problem.
Oh, and your fucking Twitter account was in here somewhere, right?
I don't have Twitter.
Hey, that makes it easier. I can fit it in now.
Eventually, I'll get a Twitter, but I just Facebook is enough of social media for me.
I think I want to say like 2 months ago, I finally just said screw it, and I didn't drop Facebook because I think I legally have to have it for being a guy on the internet, but like, I don't have the app on my phone anymore. I found I wasn't getting the interactions that I cared about from there, except the 1 or 2 people that I really needed to contact only on Facebook. So I figured I'd stop wasting my brain meats on it.
I have a system. If I read the first like 3 and it's like negative, I just don't go on Facebook for about 5 hours. I just let it be.
Let it clear out.
Yeah.
Thanks for the host, Revis. Thank you, Rev. You are awesome. We are gonna get started soon. Doo-doo-doo-doo. But da 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 da. Your notes make me laugh. I should say guest, but it doesn't. All right. Do I have? Is it 144? Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and talk about the live, I guess. But I wanted to double check before we. Are we taking a break next week for TwitchCon, or are you guys gonna do a show sans Gen? Because I will be probably in a car at that time, unless I'm taking a bus a couple days later.
I thought we were doing the movie draft thing. I don't know if we're gonna take a break.
Oh, movie draft time changed.
When is it?
Complained that it was the same weekend as TwitchCon, and Curly and I were like, "This is blah blah blah." By that, I'm throwing Curly under a bus right now. Basically, I complained. I made a big deal about it. Yeah.
I'll do whatever. If I have to do a fucking podcast from the street, I'll do it. I don't mind.
For those of you hanging out live, I just want to remind you guys this is a spoilering episode. So if you have not seen the Steven Universe movie and you're super sad about it, you should leave when we get to the point of our conversation. Okay, we really need to get our fucking bot to calm down. Like, I don't know.
You've got it on no one could use caps.
Yep. Well, I don't have it on shit, to be honest. We gotta fix this thing, because it fuck. How do I permit you?
Well, I screamed this. I don't know. I didn't use Nightbot, but there is probably a way.
Well, that's what I wanted.
We also need to repeat that spoiler warning when we actually start recording.
Oh yeah, no, we definitely will. This is mostly just the. This is just the like.
I can handle that section of it. You know me. I will reach through my computer and strangle someone if they let themselves get spoiled by this. Need to see this show.
How do I make you cool in here?
Regular, reg. You could just mod me, and then I'd get.
I was trying to, but I don't see the mod thing from in the Twitch chat.
They probably moved it. You probably have to wish it.
Yeah, you gotta go slay a dragon, and then when you get there, the dragon's gonna give you a quest.
I'm so scared because it's been such a while since I've streamed on Twitch. I feel like I'm gonna get back on at some point and be like, "What is happening?" Because I won't recognize anything in like the dashboard section. It's just gonna be all different.
Wait till you try to find the pop-out chat button.
I did it.
I'm not joking. I spent 5 minutes getting excessively more angry.
Yeah.
I was like, it was here yesterday. I'm not an idiot. Where did you put it? And then like you see these tweets that are like, oh, Twitch's stuff isn't working. And they're like, oh, but you spent all the developer time moving the pop-out button. You couldn't fix the freaking other things you're supposed to actually do. Like, ba-da-da-da-da-da.
How's everybody doing?
Yay.
Yeah, that's good. I haven't dropped any frames yet today, so I'm not mad at Cox. That's always nice.
So this should be a point I should probably not bring up right now, but much akin to last time I learned while remoting into Jen's computer, have you updated OBS since the last time I updated it for you?
Yes.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Did you get the Tuesday update?
Yep, I got the one that happened yesterday.
Okay, so you have now the ability, if you click it in the settings menu, instead of OBS dropping frames when your internet goes sideways, it'll just crank down the bit rate for you so you don't drop a frame. You will look like a potato, but you won't. You won't.
That's okay.
You won't be a frozen potato. Somewhere in the network settings. I don't know.
Oh, cool.
We'll do it later.
Yeah,
it was funny because it actually happened to me. Because I typically don't drop frames here, but whenever I do have a blip in the internet for whatever reason, like anyone does, I'll just freeze for a second and whatever. And I was wondering how it worked, and like all of a sudden we were playing Zelda the other night, and everyone's like, "Your quality went to crap town for like 2 seconds there," and I was like, "Oh," I was like, "But did it freeze?" And they're like, "No," and I'm like, "Working as intended." So, yeah.
Yeah, no, that's exactly what I want though, because like every once in a while that shit gets like.
Here's the crazy thing too. In addition to that, you can now pause your recordings.
Oh.
So if you're running the recorder in OBS, you're not pulling it from Twitch or whatever you do. I don't know. Anyways, for instance, for me, I have the stream going all the time.
This is fancy.
But then I hit the record button when I start the game, and then when I stop the game, I stop recording, just like for Whelp. But sometimes in the middle of that, I take a break, and it sucks because I'm like, well, I'll just leave the 5 minutes of break in the video because I don't want to go edit it in Premiere just to have to get rid of 5 minutes. But now I can pause the recording, and then start the recording again, and then it'll stitch itself together without the break in the middle.
Nope, that's not right.
I screamed when I read patch notes and updates. Like, I'm super happy.
Does anybody know how to reset Showbot?
Wish heavily. Mine does it every day at midnight, which can be problematic if I forget what the title was.
Well, the person that made Showbot is literally our friend, so I don't know how much is going to be there.
I thought there was a button.
I thought there was a code.
I can call BioCow.
Excuse me, BioCow?
Jen wants to know the command to reset Showbot.
Do I have to log in? I don't even know how to log into our Showbot.
Is there a login?
I don't know.
It's got to happen from inside of...
I don't know. It's coming from inside the house.
Oh, wait. It's probably on his website.
Probably.
Oh, yeah. You log into your Twitch account. You click at the bottom.
Okay.
It says learn more, go to showbot.tv. And then it logs into your Twitch account, and then you can control whatever.
Oh, fuck. I gotta log into the Twitch account. Well, that's its problem. I'm on my account. Oh,
you're the problem with one with multiple Twitch accounts, and you don't share credentials.
Oh, God.
Forget to unpause, then you have bigger problems in life, Rivas. That's your life. That is the good thing that might happen, though. But it would be good for things like Dynamite D&D as well, where we have like a 25-minute break. And like he doesn't have to edit that out later.
Oh, nice. I have the credentials saved. Fuck yes.
Now you got to get your two-factor authentication out.
Okay, I'm working on it. Give me a second.
I proved my nerd card when we did that interview with him. Because I won the trivia. I got every question right. For the D&D monsters. It's like, is this a real monster or is this one I made up?
Oh, yeah, when Steve was over here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he said he had a real fun time. That was awesome. I'm glad you guys did that.
We're going to have...
All right.
Be pretty picky with people.
I'm a giant nerd because I got them all right.
I think I did it.
But if you have D&D knowledge, you instantly gain like a ton of points with Steve.
Also, can I just say that our best Showbot title, apparently based on our history, there's a list here of 10 most popular submissions. Our most voted on show title was "Don't Microsoft This Up," and it makes me laugh because I know what episode that's from. That was when we had Kaz. Yes. That's when we had Kaz on, and like that was totally like a Kaz line. And it's just funny because that's Curly's co-host.
I've got doobies make boobies.
What does that tell you about your show, Curly, versus our show?
Also, hi, I'm Jake Smashton. If you're a white girl, I apologize. Probably a
yours are much more entertaining than mine. Our second one was Monica's the sugar on top, which also aw. All right, I am good. If you guys are good, if you're feeling good, the volume on these, I don't know if it's going to come through quite right. If it doesn't, I apologize. I do need to make sure this one is is what it is now. All right, everybody good? Everybody feeling like we know what the fuck we're doing? Like we're going to talk today? No,
I'm ready.
Good. Strong.
I'm going to go with your information.
I don't know what I'm feeling, but I'm ready.
I'm feeling. I wanted to start singing that Christmas song from the beginning of the stupid love story comedy, romantic comedy one with what's his name? I feel it in my fingers.
Love Actually.
There you go, Love Actually. I was gonna get that. I was like, actually something.
That's my boy. I'm feeling in my toes.
Yeah, that's where I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it in my fingers and in all of my toes.
Just you wait. When you know me, when Christmas season starts to hit, I'm gonna turn into a mess. I love it. Apparently, you can just do Bang Showbot Reset as well. So
I tried that and it didn't work.
You must have not set up your Streamlabs chatbot. Oh yeah, you don't use Streamlabs. You use Nightbot.
Yeah, I tried exclamation point Showbot Reset. In fact, was the second thing I tried. I think.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's all good. Hey, friends in chat, thanks for joining us. Reminder. I'm going to say it 1,000 times before we start here. Well, not 1,000. I'm going to say it one time right now, and I'll say it again later. If you are upset about spoilers for the Steven Universe movie, we are spoiling it today. So, sorry if you don't want it. I will let you know when to cut out when we get to the discussion point of the show. You can hang out for what we've been up to and news and the whatnot. But I'll remind you guys again when you should escape for your life if you don't want to hear spoilers. Boom. I'm just gonna hang out with her and feel better. I'm so tired, dude. You
and me both.
Man.
I was up till 4 a.m. last night, so here we go.
Well, good. Let's do it. Let's do it. Episode. Okay. All right. I'm going to go ahead and kick things off here for episode 144. Is that right? 144? Is that right? I keep double checking it because it doesn't feel right every time. All right. Rock on. All right. Here we go. Start the show in 5, 4, 3, 2, and...
Games, gear, grills. Welcome to the Geek Grills Podcast.
Hello and welcome to episode 144 of Geek Grills. The Geek Grills podcast is supported primarily by our patrons at patreon.com/grills and also all of our lovely folks here on Twitch with those Twitch bits, etc. I am the Jen and I'm I'm joined by my co-host, Linda, aka True Noob.
Hello.
September is out this week, so instead we have a guest. So today we're going to talk about the new Steven Universe movie, and someone who's a big fan. He's been on here before from the Drunk Kids gaming community and host of DKG Welp. It is Curley.
Your new best friend.
Stop.
Your best friend, Curley.
Stop. No, exactly. Every time I hear it, I think Curley. Every time I hear her say that. It's ingrained in my brain now. So yeah, we're going to talk about the Steven Universe movie. I'll let you guys know when to cut out for spoilers. We are going to be spoiling the movie and talking about it in full. The whole thing, from beginning to end. It's going to be a shot-for-shot recounting. No, just kidding. But I will let you guys know when to jump out if you haven't yet seen it, but I definitely recommended it. So that being said, Linda, what have you been up to?
Well, I got to see through random happenstance, I got to see the Lord podcast live because they're doing a tour right now, and it's in Atlanta. One of my friends, because we have our building is 2 stories, and one of my friends works on the 2nd floor, so she came down to my floor and was like, "Hey, you like lore, right?" And I was like, "Yes." And she said, "My friend bought 3 tickets for Lord Podcast Live, but she can't go because she's having gallbladder surgery. Do you want the tickets?" And I went, "While I am very upset that your friend is having to go through gallbladder surgery, I will happily take these tickets from you."
You just screamed yes and you ran out the door.
I'm sorry for the gallbladder situation, but thank you. Bye. Yeah,
but
exactly.
I am happy that I have these. So I ended up going with my mom. Because she was the only one free. Like, it was literally last minute, and everybody else was like, "I have to record, I have to go here, I have to do this, I don't feel well," and my mom was like, "I'm free." I'm like, "Cool, we're going to go downtown." It was really, really cool. The theater was, like, really small and cozy. It was one of the small theaters. For those of you who know where it is, it's Center Stage, downtown. So I was very close to the stage. It's
really cool.
Yeah, and he's a consummate storyteller. So it's him just up on stage telling stories out of this little leather-bound book that he's got with him, and the composer of the music for the podcast, it's all original music. He's there with him playing on a piano to give background music. It's just really, really cool.
So when do we get to the point where we get to record our podcast like that? Everybody ready for that? Anybody good for that?
What kind of studios we need, or concert halls? And
Right?
Can everybody hear us in the back? That's my biggest fear. Like, whenever I've talked about doing stuff like that, like whenever Kaz and I talk about doing a Welp episode in a venue, like there's part of me that knows, I know that my brain is dumb enough to do constantly like fearful shit to myself. or I think it's all going to obviously go horribly wrong. And I also am smart enough to know, like, I know I can count. There's at least going to be 10 something people there. I know them physically in the room. They're going to be there. But then my brain keeps telling me, I'm going to get there and it's going to be one person and then they're going to turn around and do something else and no one's going to want to watch me. I'm going to have to look at the venue owner and be like, I'm sorry, I lied. Bye.
Basically, Curly just has a nervous breakdown the moment the conversation comes up pretty much every time. Now, what did your mom think of it?
It's really funny because she doesn't listen to the podcast at all, but she came with me, and by the end of it, she was like, okay, how do I get these iPods on my phone? And I said, okay, you want Castbox? She's like, okay, now what are these podcasts called? I was like,
how do I phone this?
How do I protect against the iPods?
It's like you want lore, you want unobscured, and you want Cabinet of Curiosities, because those are all three. He does all three of them. And she was like, okay, done, and done. And what was your podcast? Let me go ahead and subscribe to those, even though I'm probably not going to listen to them.
You're like,
downloads count. Don't gotta listen. Who cares?
Yeah.
Hey man, you know what? It's funny because I don't always like when my family members know what my podcast information is. And it's kind of scary because then I'm like, ooh, I say some things on there. Whew,
yeah.
There's some stuff.
I have to remote into my father's computer to subscribe with his Amazon Prime Twitch account.
Luckily, my brother took over on that for my dad's finally, so I don't have to do it anymore like a jerk. So he does it. Well, now that Ninja moved to Mixer, I had to wait for Ninja to move to Mixer before my brother was like, all right, I guess we'll start giving you the free one. I'm like, oh, gee, thanks.
No. There's I don't know, like, really... what's your mom's level of like computer usage? I mean, like, on a scale set from 1 to 10. Yeah.
I mean, she uses it at work all the time for doing her job, so she's not like computer illiterate or anything like that. But you know, if she does like audiobooks instead of podcasts, yeah. So at least she does Audible.
She's got some grounding for it.
Yeah.
Like I can every now and then I'm really proud of my dad with like his uses of computer stuff because he's not fearful, which I think is the important part, and it's good that he just does stuff. But like just yesterday, he sent me a picture that says the Adobe stuff you sent me isn't working. I can't open my work PDF. See, and they took a picture of the screen that said Adobe can't read this .jpg. Like I'm like, yeah, Dad, that's a picture. And he's like, but I want it to be open in the PDF. So I'm like, it's not a PDF. It's not gonna. He's like, well, I tried changing the name, and I was like, well, that's okay. Just I'm out. Like,
I tried to just tell it to be a different type of file. That didn't work.
Yeah.
Oh gosh. Anyway.
Yeah. So she's, you know, and I got into like the naming convention of Geek Girls with her because she was like, wouldn't it make more sense for your titles to be like what you're talking about? And I'm like, well, maybe, but this is what we're going with. It's like, that's how we get fun titles, like, you know, the pinks on my face. And she was like, what? And so
that's one of my favorites. I'm glad you mentioned that as one of the examples, because that's probably one of my favorites. This is where Linda's trying to say that she has pink on her lips, and instead she's like, the pink's on my face.
Yeah. So that it's, you know, it was a growing experience for her. She's got more stuff to listen to, and you know, I love lore. It's great if you like folklore and kind of spooky stories. It's really fun. And he told a story. I don't know if he's like mixing it up and doing this for every different city that he's in, but he told a story about apparently a woman in, I think it was like the 17 or 1800s that lived in Georgia that people thought was a werewolf.
Wow.
So that was fun.
Neat.
Yeah.
Oh, people.
We
have a ton of lore stuff out here that's like not related to an actual podcast or anything, but like San Diego's just got a bunch of like silly urban stories that we've always passed around.
Every town does, right? Though.
Yeah. Well, we used to have a lot of. I mean, I guess East Coast has a lot more. Of course, you've got way more history than California, but down here in San Diego, there was a period of time during Prohibition, the short period of time, where we had a bunch of rum running tunnels from the ocean and the cove and everything, because there's a lot of like rocky hidden areas, and then you can find these tunnels and still walk through them up and to like come out into the different areas and whatnot. It's just really cool. But then there's all these like stories about the children that died in there, and it's fun. It's just
I'm sure at some point he'll do an episode on that, and that'll be interesting to listen to. So other than that, kind of being sprung on me on Tuesday, I'm in the middle of reorganizing my craft room again, because I keep pulling out stuff because I've got the list now of the things I'm going to make for MomoCon this year.
Right.
And so I'm like, all right, here's all of my patterns. I need this yarn, and I need these buttons, and I need this perler beads, and I need this over here. And it's just, everything was covered. And I was like, this is not going to work. I need to figure out a new way. And so I'm figuring out how to reorganize. And I've moved all of my like finished products in here behind me on this shelf.
Fancy.
And I have made 2 new things since last time.
He's so fluffy, I'm gonna die!
I've made little dragon babies.
Oh my god.
I need little dragon babies.
I don't
Oh
even understand.
my god. You see the little owls? Her owls are so cute too. I think I see one of the owls back there in the back.
Yes.
The owls, her owls are adorable.
Their mind.
My pride owls are back there. I've got to make the ones that I sold, or remake those, because I don't know if I can make every single flag because there are many, many flags, but I want to make as many of the flags as I can. So.
There are about 8 more flags than I thought.
Do you want the list?
No, I have. Oh no, it's a disaster. This is why. Remember, we had that episode where we talked about Saga versus the LBGTQ pizza what the fuck barbecue list of letters that we have right now. I just go to Saga, sexuality and gender acceptance. Let's all just make our lives easy, please, 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 God, just do it.
And besides that, so last night we had our Tool party, quote unquote, because the Tool album came out, and one of my friends is like a huge Tool fan.
This idea.
So
I was equal parts not knowing which way you'd fall on the fact that it was just like Tools or the band Tool that you guys had a party about. Like, we all put out our screwdrivers and monkey wrenches.
So we spent the evening alternately just listening to a bunch of Tool songs, hanging out, getting very inebriated, and I ended up staying up till about 4 a.m. so that we were, sober enough to drive home.
That's fun.
But it was a lot of fun, yeah. My friends have a giant poof, so there was just some points in the night where we all were just like flopping onto it. Just be like,
nice. That reminds me of like my old listening parties we used to have like in high school, and I don't think do the kids do this still? I don't know. I feel like an old lady. Do the kids still do the listening parties with the CDs when they come out?
Kids don't hang out in real life anymore.
Oh shit, my bad. My B.
Do it online.
That's fair. Well, you were busy this week, and you've begun your crafting. I'm excited. When's MomoCon again? I know you mentioned it. I always forget.
It's not till next May, but I'm going ahead.
Still.
I'm getting a head start.
Yeah, it's probably better than not because you're making a lot of stuff. Well, Curly, what have you been up to in your recent geeking life?
Yeah, just to continue on the stress and anxiety Curly that everyone's getting to know right now. I'm sure we'll talk about it later or whatever, but like it's all been TwitchCon and downhill from there.
Yep.
I'm trying to put together parties and stuff for TwitchCon. We've got the short list of the bonfire, and then we've got Mike TV shows, and then we've got our homecoming dance / event. That I just my whole weekend has just been finally like not procrastinating anymore and putting out all the information, which it's good because honestly today is I think I spent all of today. I took a day off on Friday. I was like I'm not going to work. I'm going to go with my friend Erica to a lazy river at the casino that's nearby and just be stupid and wasteful, and it was nice. It was very nice because it got away from it. But now now it's crunch time and I'm going to do all the stuff.
Yeah.
But
it's that stuff. Time.
It's nuts. It's good. And it's good. It's really fun to, cause like, I don't know. I I fill myself with anxiety for all these kind of things. So I'm equal parts like no one's going to show up, and then I'm also like it's going to blow up, and I'm going to have to tell people not to come. So that's fun. But it is been really fun to like actually get able to like force myself to contact people that I normally should contact all the time, but I don't utilize my friendships with people. So now I'm just like, sorry to hit you up, and they're like, oh my god, that sounds cool, let's do it. And I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot we're friends. Like, yeah. But yeah, it's been nothing but that. We can talk about that later, whatever.
Yeah. No, I'm getting ready for all that stuff. Like that's pretty much my life has been very few things right now. It has been I hit 50
here in 3 days.
I know I hit 50 in World of Warcraft Classic. Hooray. It's been out for just under a month and I managed to get to 50 so far, so I'm happy with that. The guild has 500 members, so that's cool. And I did my yearly or twice yearly watch through of Lord of the Rings. I don't know why. That explains September's image right now. It just made me laugh. When I was looking for images that came up in a search for not here right now clip art. And it's Gandalf, you shall not pass. Huh? What was that?
How's Lord of the Rings hold up after all these years? I still
think that Frodo's face gets too square in the last movie, and it really irritates me a lot. Also, I wish that they would just fall in love with... I don't know why the hobbits can't just be gay for each other. Like, why can't Pippin and Merry be together? Because, like, there's this part where you're like, oh, they're looking at each other, and they want to be with each other, but then they, like, look at some chick, and I'm like, why do you have to do that? Just let them be... the lovers that they are. They're so cute together. Anyway, moving on.
Hobbits just don't define relationships at all. They're just free, open love, baby.
Except for Rudy, who's like all Sean Astin, is that his name? Who's like, I would marry a girl like her with ribbons in her hair. And like, and she's wearing a very beautiful crown, kind of like what Curly has on right now. For our audio listeners, I am sorry. You should go catch the video though, because Curly's entertaining. He's got disco lights and a crown, so it's fun.
Had to gussy it up for the geeks and the grills.
So I've been
I did actually watch something in the entertainment world that I don't know if it's a nerd thing or not, but it was kind of neat. My friend Hillary Sam's middle sister, is it? One of the four, was over at my house, and she was like, we were just hanging out when I drinking. She's like, what do you want to do? I was like, literally, whenever you're at my house, treat it like a vacation. Whatever you want to do, we'll do. We can go out, we can stay in, whatever you want. And she had asked if I had ever seen, I guess it's the Shyamalan trilogy of like Unbreakable and Glass and Split. And I had never even heard of them outside of like a cursory knowledge that they were a thing.
Oh, wow. So did you watch all of them?
We watched all three, yeah. And I was
wow.
Well, that was an interesting. I've always known like Shyamalan as like a hit or miss kind of thing. Like I always figured his twist is that your movie's just bad at the end, depending on which one it is. But I really enjoyed him. Also, like I really love Bruce Willis, and I found them quite entertaining and fun.
So in the most recent one that came out like almost a year ago now, right? I think it was December last year that one came out. I went and saw it in the theater. Is it Glass? Yeah. Is that what it's called? Is that one last one called Glass? Yeah, I was so excited for it.
I had just heard about that one, and I remember people talking, like, you know, in chat or whatever. That's
Brushwood's brother came out of a coma, and the first words he said were, "Did I miss Glass?" Like, it was the craziest episode of Night Attack ever, hearing the story about that. And I was like, what? Like, that's the first thing that comes to your head. And so now that will always be linked with that movie for me, like, forever. But no, I really did enjoy that movie. I went and actually saw it at the theater, I think, twice because I liked it so much. Because what's his name? The kid that normally annoys me in some things, but did a really good job in that movie. He plays the other guy in that movie. Damn it. I'm this is really helpful, guys. Bruce Willis. Yeah, not Sam. No, damn.
Is it the kid, the young child?
No,
because
no, but he's good too.
Well, because I looked over at Hillary because we'd watched them back to back, and I guess the first one between the second one was like 16 years.
Yes,
and in the first movie he's got a kid. Bruce Willis has got a young kid, and I was like, oh, Bruce Willis is such a baby boy as well. And then they cut to the third movie, and I'm like, that's the same fucking actor. Like, they went and got the same actor as the kid, and now he's like 16 or 18 years older. And I was like, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that was cool. No, I love Bruce Willis, and I love those characters. So I was really excited with that movie. I enjoyed it. I'm glad you finally got a chance to watch it. It was super good. The other thing I've been up to pretty much my entire life, America's Next Top Podcaster, America's Next Top Podcaster.com. My face is on the website now.
Wait, are you on that?
Yeah, if you scroll down to the bottom, I am there. With my team, the Banana Hugs.
Hammock?
I thought that's what you were going to say.
The Banana Hugs. It's my fault. Sort of. Anyway. So yeah, I've been really busy with that stuff. It takes up pretty much my whole life right now, other than getting ready for TwitchCon and going to visit Curley and maybe sleeping on that couch right there, behind him.
I'll have to work out something. I got the floor back there.
We're gonna make it work. We're just gonna all snuggle in a corner. It's gonna be great.
Tyrese back there from Vegas. He's still inflated.
Oh, the alien! I forgot about him. I love him.
I showed him in the corner. I forgot about him too until he popped out one day.
Oh, he's a very important member of the community.
I just imagine that he was in the corner and you just walked by and he was like, "Hi guys," and you're just boink.
No, I was like moving a cabinet somewhere near in the back area over there, and all of a sudden, like just because the pressure or whatever, because I really shoved him behind like a thing, and then it just like it must have shifted, and he went. And he just like came out with an arm, was like, ah! like, well, hello, you're still here.
I still think the fact that we can't decide if we like his normal face or his little nostrils, his eyeballs, and his smile is like the weirdest thing. Anyway, that's a whole DKG thing. If you want to hang, that's a DKG Discord world. Oh gosh! All right, with that, it is time for the Geek Grapevine, my friends.
Cruise team, assemble! Geek Grills Grapevine.
Apparently there's not a lot going on in the news right now. Like, there's like nothing geeky like
I found a
happening. All right, Linda, what did you find? Let's see here. What'd you find?
I found a thing about Amazon.
Nice.
They are apparently switching over to electric delivery vans.
Cool.
Because they discovered that
gasoline is bad.
Well, they revealed that Amazon's carbon footprint is roughly comparable to that of a small country, and that's bad. So
my fault, really. I have been ordering so much and then returning it immediately, and it's just wasted so much.
So they've decided to make the pledge to go carbon neutral by 2040.
Wow, that's actually not that far away.
Yeah. So they are switching over to electric vehicles.
And those of you who don't understand the size of the company and the number of vehicles that means for Amazon, like I think when I was working for Cox Cable, when all of the supervisor trucks went electric or hybrid, they went hybrid at the time. Like that was a minute number of trucks compared to this, and it still took like 6 years to make that happen. So, I mean, that's crazy. That's a lot of vans.
They apparently ordered 100,000.
That's a lot of fucking vehicles.
It's a lot of vans.
And Jeff Bezos put it on his credit card.
What I'm seeing, like, he just ordered them from himself.
On Amazon.
But yeah, 100,000 is what is in service by 2024. That's nowhere near what they need to be carbon neutral. That's how big that is.
That's crazy.
Like, and I get it because, like, I order stuff. I'll order multiple orders throughout the day of like, oh, I realize at work I need this set of screws or whatever. And Amazon just offers 1 day free shipping because the whole Prime thing. And I'll have different Amazon delivery drivers deliver my crap in the same day. Yeah. And I'm like, you guys, and they're like, but that's the point, is that the only way that they're able to compete in this world and take over like they have is because they have to, be wasteful to the point where you no matter what, the customer is satisfied. We're just going to take care of it. It's going to be there immediately. Who cares how we do it? Because I still don't understand how they do it. I've ordered crap in the morning and it's been like, we'll deliver it by 9 tonight. And I'm like, how?
Yeah, we finally got same day here in Tucson, and I'm like, whoa, that's going to be nuts when I can order something the same day.
Yeah,
so it's interesting. The article goes on right at the end. It says it may be hard to keep up if another company made that type of order, but it may have been part of the plan because Amazon has secured itself a steady supply of electric vans and may have prevented some of its competitors from doing the same.
Yeah, because Jeff Bezos has the credit card, or Amazon has the capital to be able to go and do that, and other companies don't.
Well, if you're Jake Smashton's electrical vehicle company and you want 5 of them, like, what are you going to care about? You're like, oh well, Bezos wants 100,000, so I think we're going to go ahead and fill that one. You can wait. You can wait till later. I mean, Apple did the same stuff with like, they were kind of first to the real like securing millions of these like chips for all the smartphones that they make when they got a little bit of a head start on it because Palm wasn't doing anything as crazy as that. And it doesn't even matter that they were there or if their phone was better or not. It was the fact that no one else could find memory chips because you bought all the silicon. You bought it all.
It says there's only so much lithium to go around, so we'll see where it goes. I'm intrigued, and I hope that they can fulfill that promise of going carbon neutral because that'll be a really big step forward.
I want all the drones.
I was gonna say, I just want
self-driving. Just give
You're
it
with
to
me. I wanted the first thing out of my mouth. Yeah, drones. Just give me this and then drones, and it'll be great. And
I'm on the 3rd floor. It can just fly up to my door, and no one has to know about it. That's great.
I have a spill in here, I think.
Yes, I found you a spill.
Oh my god, this is super recent too. Holy shit.
Yeah.
All right, this is a good one. Oh god, this is such a good road spill.
I thought you spilled something.
No, this is such a good spill. This is my favorite. Those of you that are new to the
Jen looking dead at the camera going, I think I have a spill. Oh god, that's not how this goes. Please.
No, these are my so road spills are, for those of you that are new to Geek Grills, road spills are my guilty pleasure of news stories. They're like my favorite thing ever because they're always so ridiculous, and the people writing the articles always make stupid puns every time, and it makes me laugh. And so we collect ones, preferably ones where no one gets like seriously injured, of course, but they're all ridiculous. So this one is no dice. Truck spills more than 200,000 gaming dice onto the highway. Let's roll is the next line.
And it
wasn't the luckiest dice roll ever, but it may have been the biggest. On Friday, a truck carrying 3 pallets of dice to Atlanta Gaming Company took a turn too sharply and spilled the dice all over Interstate 75. Approximately 216,000 individual Chessex 6-sided dice spilled out. The company noted on a YouTube video showing the spill. Oh my god. Well, if you ever wondered what $10,000 worth of dice strewn across the exit of I-75 looks like, here it is.
It's just, it happened in Atlanta, and I was like, no, what?
Have you ever had that time where your entire dice collection spills onto the table at your gaming session? Imagine that on a highway scale.
Have you ever seen a Sorcerer Crest Fireball in a level 9 slot? Like, that's what this is.
Maximized Fireball times 1,000. Oh my god.
Guess is that Chessex comes to Dragon Con every year. So it's like, I know them. I know their company. And it's just like, I'm so sorry.
They're always at like PAX South as well, and even TwitchCons. But does someone count them up for the Guinness or World Record or something?
Yeah, I think hopefully they just have a manifest. They know what's on there, but still, like, here we go. So, this is the best part. So the dice that spilled are the traditional 6-sided dice, not the polyhedral dice often used in Dungeons and Dragons and other role-playing games. There were so many dice spilled that it had to be literally shoveled into giant buckets with help from Atlanta Highway emergency responders. So what did we roll? The game company asked its YouTube posting. Based on the probability that most 2 dice rolls average out to 7, we statistically rolled around 756,000, and the last dice picked up was a 6, seen in the video. And then somebody said, here's the YouTube video, had fun with the spill, and one of the top comments was, that driver rolled a 1 on dexterity. This is a good one. This might be one of the best ones we've ever had. I mean, it's no bees getting set on fire, but this is still really good.
Here's the thing, and I don't know about you guys. Again, Curley with anxiety is the theme of this episode. If I was that driver, I would just walk away from my life. Like, okay, like, yeah, if I crashed a freaking vehicle or tipped it over, I've seen that before, where like a truck has just tipped over. Or whatever, and you're just like, or if someone rolls it into a ravine or something, and like the driver's standing around like trying to call people, and I'm like, I would go to another country, I would disappear, change my name, I'd be gone. There was no chance in hell. I'd be like, sorry family, I don't know you anymore. Like it's gone. I've messed up too bad. Goodbye.
So just to catch people up, so the bees getting caught on fire came from a road spill where it was like honeycombs, like with bees in them, that went spilling onto the highway, which then during the cleanup process caught fire. So not only is there honey, which is bullshit and difficult to deal with, but there's bees, and then you add fire, and then it just becomes like a nightmare. Just a fucking nightmare at that point.
Who put the bees on fire?
So yeah, oh god, that was a good one. That was like 2 days ago too. Like that's nuts.
Well, yeah, because that was Thursday.
Oh yeah,
I think it was Thursday, and I was trying to get somewhere off 75.
Oh no.
Linda's like, yep, I was aware of how long that spill took. Oh god.
It was real close to home.
That's when the DM really wants to kill you.
You're like, damn it.
Steve would totally roll a truck.
I'm going to say the same thing I tell my LARPers when I used to run a LARP game. Just because the player's not here doesn't mean their character isn't still alive. I can still run it. No. No Brazilian rules, as that's called. Oh, God, like 3 people in the audience got that joke. Anyway, moving on. Welcome to our discussion of the Steven Universe movie. So at this point going forward, we're going to spoiler Steven Universe stuff. So if you haven't seen it yet, go watch it. It's really good. And also, don't get mad at me.
Okay. Listen to me. Look me in the eyes, audio listeners. Directly in the eyeballs. Okay. Here's the thing. Even if you don't know that you care about spoilers, you should watch the show. Don't let it get ruined for you. So much about this show is the way and the ability of Rebecca and crew to keep one-upping themselves and making amazing reveals over the course of many, many years. It is worth it. Yes. If you're ever going to ever possibly watch it, don't listen to this. And I never say that about a podcast, especially someone else's. Don't watch it. Don't listen to it. Go do something else. It's fine. One day you might listen to it and then you'll be like, Dumbledore. Like, don't ruin it.
Well, Thanos killed Dumbledore. We all know that, obviously. Yeah. I'm gonna make my same joke. I'm gonna ride that fucking train until I don't know, whatever the appropriate term is for that. Anyway,
the King's Cross is what the
the movie is really good. I just want to start with one. Going into this conversation, I'm gonna try very hard to talk about it and give it give it what it's due without just bawling my stupid eyeballs out, because I'm pathetic and eyeballs just I cry. Every time I watch it, I cry. Anyway, It's really good. It's beautiful. We've come so far in this story. So the Steven Universe movie. So just for background, let's see when did the Steven Universe cartoon start? Let's see. Does anybody know when it started? That'd be a good thing to know, I guess.
I watched it late. I didn't know. I was like, season 4 was happening when I started.
So the Steven Universe show, first episode was May 21st, 2013. So yeah, more than 5 years in development here, and we're at a point now where, the nice thing about the movie is it does open with kind of like a quick catch up of where we are. But I will be honest, that catch up is so
it glosses
over stuff that just like ripped our souls apart.
it's sung beautifully.
Yes,
like I love the lush sound of that opening song.
What I loved about right at the opening is even though yes, it does gloss over everything. What I do know about it is that there are people that are going, and I will find you. There are people that are going to watch this movie without having any idea about what the rest of the Steven Universe stuff because of all the hype and whatever. That being said, if you think about the way it is presented itself and the way that they're saying like, hey, this is the thing that happened, blah, blah, blah. It's not given any emphasis on some of those big moments and story points. So the point is that if you did watch it, when you go and finally go and decide that you want to maybe watch some of the older stuff, you're not going to necessarily remember it off the top of your head. You're like, was that a thing? Who the fuck is Pink Diamond? Was this a rose? And whatever. So I think they did a good job of just being like, hey, just so you know, you remember what happened, and then go, which is great. I think the movie is a point of it is very much especially with what Change Your Mind was, which is the final episodes of the most recent season. It is the sort of like cap on a lot of the stories that get tied up. I mean, I think there are some threads that are still out there, but Rebecca did a good job of being like, this might just be it. So here it is all, good job. And we're tying things up. And just like every time I've gone through this show, when I watched it, I think everyone was blown away. When I started watching Steven Universe, everyone was blown away by like me getting to experience the big reveal of like Jailbreak with like Garnet and stuff, and like Sapphire and Ruby and all that stuff. And I was like, oh my God, this is amazing. I was like, they're never going to top that. That's amazing. And then, you proceed forward, and I was just like, this is amazing. And then I just like that, just like even when Change Your Mind came out and blew me away, because I was like, how are they going to ever top the reveal of, I guess I can say it because we're in spoiler land, but Pink Diamond and Rose and all that stuff. Like, how are they going to top that? Because, I mean, we kind of knew it was coming, but it was also like so well done and so like angsty and amazing. And then, of course, like I'm like, well, the movie's just going to probably be like, what is the bigger, badder new boss? But they do a goddamn such a good job of giving us something we didn't know we wanted.
Oh, like, Spinell. The moment Spinell started the song and started talking, I was like, I know exactly what happened to you.
The first shot of the garden. God. And I'm like, that. Yeah. Oh God, Pink. Seriously, Pink.
She wasn't a great person.
And I say that all the time, and I don't think we've gotten over that, or haven't been able to talk about that enough. Like, she is not good.
That's like when Steven says, like, I can't believe Mom did. Nope. I totally believe that she could do that to you.
And it's like, and I don't know if Pink kind of realized, like, when she became Rose and she started to actually grow, that she recognized that she was never going to get grow past her own, like, and that's why she was like, she basically, and I'm sorry if this is going to sound triggering for anybody, she basically committed suicide.
Mm. Yeah. So there are some episodes, because I've gone through the whole universe with a new person to like show them it 3 times now, and some of those episodes that seemingly are not that big of a deal, where Rose is talking or has a flashback or whatever, and it's like how it seems just like normal motherly, like, oh, I'm so excited that you're going to be the thing that I've created or whatever. I'm part of you, and whenever you're feeling happy, like that's me loving you. Like, it's so much more selfish when you really know how Pink and Rose were. Like, I get she did some good things, but she was always very selfish, and I think she knew that.
Yeah.
Like, all the things she did was because she just wanted to fucking do them. And there was a point where it's exactly what you said, that she knew she hit the limits of what she could do as a gem in regards to what she wanted to be. And she was so excited to become a half-human thing that is Steven. The trouble is, you also look on the other side, and she's, left all of her friends behind, started a war that wasn't finished, angered, or left her whole fucking family of people that she cared about on their own, left Greg.
She manipulated. She was manipulative.
Bubbled freaking bismuth. Like, she's a bad person.
And a lot of it was, and then it's like all of that stuff that's the positive side of it is her just perpetuating her legacy. It's just her having a legacy, which is ultimately so selfish.
but if you think about it, she's acting like a diamond. Mm-hmm. That's how they act.
Yeah.
But she had enough leeway that she started to change. It's just it's very interesting, her whole arc.
I think Greg is such an important part of that. Like, there was those moments where they, like, it was like jokey, like not jokey, but it was like, oh my God, my dad and my mom became whatever, and they were in love or whatever, because they had that whole, like, I think the first time he introduced them, like, she's at a concert and she's just enamored with him or whatever, but she's more enamored of the fact that he thinks he knows about space than anything, like, and I remember she like whispers to like Pearl, she's like, his shtick is like space stuff, and they giggle and they're like, whatever, like, but God, Pearl. What I loved is that they didn't, there's a moment where they give a flashback to Greg and Rose, where Rose is like, or it's a whole time, I think I need some change or whatever. And it's when he's talking about, like, you don't understand, like, I have to eat, I have to do things, like, I'm here for you, I like you, I'm here and everything, but like, you don't even know a thing about me or anything. And she's like, oh, I've played with humans before, but it never was like serious or whatever. And he's just like, well, I need this to survive. And they actually have like a real discussion. And I think that's when they actually kind of fall in love or whatever they had between each other, and she knew that she wanted to be better. And old Greg over there just making them diamonds melt. Like,
I love talking about the diamonds in general and her acting, her being a diamond. The first fucking line, like one of the first lines, is like I even say please and thank you to lower life forms.
That specifically was a thing that I think a lot of people were contentious about, is that we didn't want like other shows have. And Steven hasn't done this yet, even though it technically, if you look at it on the surface, it's the whole like, okay, the big bad is now the good, and now this now big bad is now good. And it's like it's they do a great job in Steven of showcasing how that is actually possible and how it's not just a simple flick of the freaking Care Bear stare. But like we were all worried. I think I was worried a little bit. I was like, okay, well, we just snap our fingers and Steven has got all the diamonds and they're all good now and they're just going to help everyone. But they're all still pretty shitty. Like Blue is just like, I don't shatter anyone anymore. And like, I gave all my colonies back. And he's like, hey, you know what? It's good. You don't deserve anything for that. Good on you. Keep doing it. Bye. Like, and then even like having the White Diamond's voice actors just do the whole like just over dramatic mother. Like, I guess I'll just wither away and die if you never come back. I'm like, oh, that's so real.
I'm going to go ahead and dive the ending because they come back at the end after the big kerfluffle. It's almost Deus Ex Diamanda, but not really because they don't stop the problem. They just show up at the end. I'm not sure if Spinel going with them is a really great idea because that is just a toxic relationship waiting to happen.
I'm really happy you brought that up.
They want to use her. They're using her. She's a toy. She's a plaything, and they're letting her continue to be a plaything.
But she's using them too. It's
absolutely
bad all around.
Absolutely.
So I fell back and forth on this in my own internal struggle because I was like, gross. Not like this. No, because there's a moment where she's like, friendship's not going to come easy for me. I've really got to work on this. And it's like, holy shit, look at you being an adult. And then she did the same thing she did right when Steven started being friendly with her in the garden, where she just looks at him and it's like, and she tries to grab his hand and she walks behind him and like meters his steps. And the thing is, and I always forget, I always have to take a step back that it's not like reality, even though they're doing a lot of like comparisons to it. Spinel was built specifically to be the playmate and to be the friend. Like that's what her hard coding is. For her to grow, it is going to take a lot of time. Steven gives her that heads up, like, hey, you're gonna find something that you care about. One day you'll love again or whatever. You're gonna find that, and it's gonna take time. You just got to find those people. And she's like, oh, I got you now. And then she's not got him, and then she's got the diamonds, and it's like, I think, and this is just my way of healing over shit. Sometimes it's okay to indulge a little bit in the stuff that isn't clinically the best choice. Like sometimes you just got to let yourself have that transition relationship or that whatever she can use the diamonds for or whatever. Sure, it's probably going to end in a fucking tire fire. That's what I think about their friendship. But that being said, it's what is going to work with Spinel right now versus her just shooting off into space and living a isolated life in the middle of nowhere. Yeah. Like, but I had that same exact feeling. Like,
both of her songs, like, she had the best villain song that I've heard in a while.
Yeah, absolutely. Hands down. Okay. I was singing it for weeks after the first time I watched it.
And then the Drift Away song literally gave me goosebumps.
It gave me goosebumps the moment you just reminded me of the song. I was like, wait, what was her other song? Oh, the instant goosebumps. It's so good.
There's so many important like lines in that where she just says like the hyper vigilant like self worryment about what comes along with like there's so much unpacking in regards to like parental negligence and then also just like relationship shit. Like you don't really know which that kind of falls on in regards to Pink and Spinel.
Like all of my abandonment issues are like just highlighted so much in that character where I'm just like womp womp.
The line where she says like, I think at the end of one of the refrains or whatever, she's like wondering if I'm doing this right.
Yeah.
When she's like waiting, and it's like, fuck, dude, like that's some real shit. Because she's like she spent the first 1,000 years just smiling and waiting for her friend to come back, and then like as she started to doubt stuff and like, is it ever going to come back? And then you have all the suspicions in the world, and then all of a sudden you're like, okay, well no, I have to stay here because I don't want to ruin it. If I do it wrong, then she won't ever come back, or maybe I did it wrong already, and it was harsh. And then the only thing she gets is a fucking video that says, Rose is dead, and her new form has a happy ever after, like with all these new people. Like
the timing on that was the only other thing I kind of had a little bit of an issue with because I actually stopped and thought about it. So he records the message, it gets sent out, They have the song. He has a song with the diamonds. He goes back to Earth, has the song with the gems, and then she shows up, and I'm like, where? How did you get the injector?
Yeah.
Get to Earth in that short amount of time.
Where is the depot with all of the evil, crazy
That's what I
poison
wanted. I was thinking about the same thing. Like,
and who left the keys in the car? Like, what? Did because you have to imagine she, in my opinion, she either found a fucking war colony that hasn't been dismantled yet, or she snuck onto Homeworld with a warp, and then what? Like, fucking, who has stockpiling these fucking monster machines?
Who's stockpiling the evil goo too? Like, where is that stuff getting made?
Yeah. What is Paradox say? Is like pure uncut biopoison, and I'm like, what is this? Like,
What is?
Some black tar heroin from Homeworld.
Yeah. That shit'll get you fucking good, but don't take too much. Like,
so in one of my one of the things that I really liked about this movie is just the overall theme of, sometimes we have those moments in our lives, and maybe it's just because I'm hitting the middle of my 30s and now I'm feeling like I'm, oh my god, how far of my life have I lived? And it's like the idea of comparing where you were, right? Comparing where you were, and that sometimes you feel like you haven't made any progress at all. You're like, I haven't done shit. Like, I haven't done anything. But then if you really stop and think about it, you've probably made so much more progress as a person than you even think that you have. And there's so much of that theme so many times in this movie. And I think that was one of the themes that just hits me the hardest, is that, like, look, like, Steven's big ability is the ability to change, and that it's okay that we don't start perfect. It's okay that sometimes we even lose our way, but we're going to come back to it. And that's okay.
Oh man, one line from later that got me was when Spinell kind of reverts back, and she's like, "Oh, you only liked me when I was innocent and would do what you said," and I was just like, "Owie."
Because when you get later in that episode, Pink boops her on the nose and says, "Want to play a game," and then abandons her forever.
Yeah.
Like, fuck. No, the whole Spinell, like, her redemption at the end, where she's just like relearning the abandonment after she's been reset, kind of thing, was really harsh. But I love the content of that. Again, I credit to the crew and everything. Like, what's the new big bad? Oh, it's probably just going to be like an anime style thing because Rebecca loves anime. Like, it's going to be a bigger, badder, whatever, or a planet size, whatever. But no, it's literally a weapon that resets character development. Yep. And it's like, God.
Peridot was hilarious.
That line is so good.
Character development.
I almost lost all of my character development, and I'm just like,
we would have all lost.
So that's like, so funny.
How do you make us all die? Oh, you make fucking Garnet forget what it is to be Garnet, or you set Pearl after all this growth, or you give Steven like just, it was harsh.
Like, Pearl has come a long.
Yeah, I know you were in love with Pearl's new thing, because it only took Pearl 6,000 years to fucking get over Rose and become her. I love when she's like at the beginning, it just sets the tone for the whole thing, where she's just like, I am a badass. Like,
I'm learning to play the bass.
I'm like, I love her.
I love her.
I don't know. I did want to say, I want to say for sure, the animation, the whole rubber tube, noodle animation for Spinella has to be talked about. It's amazing. The fact that they could pull that off. And so I think someone on the Reddit forums, I can't take credit for it, someone on the Reddit forums was like, is it too much to ask for Cuphead DLC where we fight Spinella?
I was just going to say, yeah, it's so Cuphead. It's so like that flavor, and it's delightful. She is different and unique, and I was worried that she was going to be just a standard big bad. I'm with you, and I like that she's complex. I like that, well, it's simple, but also which makes it complex, and that makes it even better because she's pretty simple.
her voice actress though nailed it home with the cracking of the voice whenever she's like, oh yeah, you're her Pearl, huh? She took you along. Wasn't that great? Like, and it's like, you can't. And then even in some of the songs where she just starts to drift off of key and stuff, and you're like, Yeah, she fucking nailed it. It was great. And a lot of people said like there was like a couple of those like those Kanye West meme like tile boxes or whatever, and it was like oh, Cartoon Network thinks True Kind of Love is going to be the hit song from the thing. Everyone on the internet is the Other Friends is the fucking song that nailed it home. Because God, that was just so. It was again, it's that beautiful thing about the animation and everything is that she was so uncanny that it just you can't handle it. You can't handle it. I did look up something for this. Just because I've been perusing Instagram. Rebecca's been like dumping a crap ton of her sketchbooks over the years, and she had this post or this.
That's
this,
the creator, by the way. Those of you that are not
Yeah.
super Steven Universe versed, this is the creator of the show.
Rebecca Sugar, Lady Sucralose, whatever you want to call her, she's around, and she's amazing. And honestly, if you deep dive into some of the people that she pulls in to work on this, or people that started with her and stuff on it, this is old Adventure Time people. This is people from OKKO. This is from all the things you've ever liked on TV. These are the people working this stuff. Freaking James Baxter did the animation for Change Your Mind, where it's like 60 frames a second. And like I started a deep dive on James Baxter, and if you've ever liked anything in the Disney world, and you've always been like, why does that scene stick with me? It's because James Baxter did it. The scene in Beauty and the Beast where they're on the dance floor and it spins around, that's fucking James Baxter. Like the Hunchback of Notre Dame where he's up on the fucking thing and like it's all crazy and there's lightning and shit, that's James Baxter. And it's like, oh, okay, that's why that scene at the end of Change Your Mind was so fucking amazing. Like
all those big moments. That's his that's his thing.
So first of all, Greg and Steven, by the way.
Steg?
Can we? It's
talk about fusions?
Steg. It's not Grieven.
Yeah, no, it's Steg. Yeah.
So Rebecca officially calls him Steg Multiverse instead.
That's adorable.
So she posted this on her Instagram, which I can probably just pull up on my little thing. But she had this in there, which is Steg, and she has this writing here, which I don't know if you can read it. It just says, this, but more extreme, and then underlines it.
The hair.
And here's the crazy thing. November 2017. Mm-hmm. She had this all fucking metered out way back then because she's a monster.
It's beautiful.
I'm now perusing her Instagram as we speak. And there's just a bunch of really, really cool
She said stuff when the movie came out, and she's like, or when the trailer for the movie came out, or the artwork, I think it was, and you finally got the reveal that it was going to be a time skip, and Steven was going to be older, and he had a neck. She was like, she put out a post that was like, I've been wanting to share that I can draw Steven with a neck for fucking 3 years now. Just like,
Can we talk about some of the other changes? Because we've got it
before we get there. Before we get off Steg.
Yes, sure.
For me, this is an example of Rebecca, Lady Sucralose, fucking just leaning in. You gave us, as much as everyone's wanted it, Steven and Greg fusing. And I was like, that's it. I can die happily now. And then an example of Rebecca just taking it one step forward. In that same song and scene, she then has Amethyst and Pearl fuse into Opal, who we haven't seen since season 1. And mainly because she's expensive. She's actually voiced by Amy Mann.
She's beautiful.
And then you get a duet with Steg and Opal, and it's like, I don't know how to even function anymore.
No, that scene just destroys me so much.
And then not to mention the words and the verbiage and everything of independent together. Like, you
independent
can be
together.
And be strong together. Like, it's amazing. And it's so Pearl.
What I thought was interesting is they were using that as one of the puzzle pieces to get her to remember.
Uh-huh.
But it affected Spinell as well. If you because she ran away after that, because not only did Greg disappear, Steven disappeared.
Mm-hmm.
So
she attached,
and she couldn't handle it, and that's when they went over to the garden.
But then you one up it again, and I just remembered, because then even right after that, they give you, is it okay to turn into Rose in front of everyone? And and Amethyst promised Greg she'd never do that again, because that was one of those. And I hate to go back to like season 1. was one of the darkest things I ever remember seeing in the seasons, where there's that point where Greg and Amethyst were like becoming friends again over a show, and they were like, oh yeah, back in the day they were super friends after Rose left. And then there's a point where Greg says, you wouldn't do that, and she's like, you only wanted me because he reminds you of Rose. And she's like, and he's like, don't, you said you never do that. And she turns into Rose, and he's like, I have to leave. And like, that means, you know how much that means that like they both confided in each other to help each other heal, but they were both gross about it and shitty, and it's just so like real and sad and like, ugh. But he asked her this time, or she asked him at this time, it's like, is it okay? And he's like, if it'll help.
Yeah.
And it doesn't affect Pearl at all, because Pearl's over that shit.
My Greg Universe.
Are you gonna put your camera back, Curly?
Did I do the wrong one? Maybe.
I was just excited. We're just gonna look up steak forever. Yeah,
your steak forever.
No, like that whole scene, and honestly, every song I hear, I'm like, oh my god, that's the song of this. That's the song of this. That's the song of this. And there's so much good music in this, and there's so many layers, and there's so many things, and you know, like Amethyst, like just Amethyst alone, like hits me where she still has that way of, I'm still gonna make my jokes, I'm still gonna have my humor, I'm still like, this whole situation is fucked, and I'm still gonna be like pretending like I'm still borked, and then like Greg's like, too soon, dude. Like, but that's Amethyst, you know, like that's who she is.
Her character development for the whole show has been, where does she belong? She was born on Earth. She had never seen Homeworld. Everyone else always ruminated about how Homeworld was amazing, but now it's not safe. And she never had a place that she could think was home. And then her song is literally like, I know where my home is now. It's in this fucking family. Like, and that's such a great line for her, because she's always struggled with her identity. And she's like, she's not a big amethyst. She's a broken amethyst as far as people are concerned with her. But everyone in this family has treated her like she's important and perfect as the way she is. And she finally, I think for the first time openly, is accepting that. And it was really good to see. It was really, really good to see. And her little scrappy ass fucking fighter, and I love her so much. Like, I love when Peridot dismisses her. It's just like, oh, I can't see Amethyst all devoid of life and craziness. And she's like, yo, I'm back, you dip.
Yeah, yep. Yeah, I love it. Oh, and Business song was good too.
I love the rehash of the crystal gems that Bismuth did. That was so good.
When she breaks down and she's like, "We on a crystal gem," I'm like, oh,
yeah, pretty much.
But she gives Steven that strength, because he's like, I don't know what to do. I don't have the people I turn to, and it's like, and then on top of it, like, you know, he's been in a situation before where he hasn't had. Again, where do you think they're going to go with it? They've expressed how, you know, Steven's powers are his empathy and his healing and his ability to understand and to talk. And he's been in situations before where he hasn't had the crystal gems or hasn't had anyone to turn to. And he's been fine because he's had his powers, if you will, which may have been his internal powers or his diamond powers or his human powers, whatever. But he doesn't have them right now, and he's panicked about it. And she's like, nah, just the fact that you're able to stand, that's all that matters. We'll figure it the fuck out. And then they even say that, like, together, they're just like, oh, that could take forever to get their memories back. And Bismuth doesn't miss a beat. And she's like, then we better start now. Like, even if it takes 1,000 years, we're going to get you guys fucking back. I've seen you guys go through worse shit.
That optimism, man, that like, we're going to figure it out. We're going to just forge ahead and we're going to figure it out.
And they had some other callbacks as well. Like Garnet's song when she regains her memories is very similar, to me at least, to when she was fighting, oh god, the name has gone away.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah,
big
Jasper.
Yes. Like it's a very similar vibe. It's that same kind of.
I watched this with Jen last night to just kind of rehash it, and there was a thing that I noticed. This is my third watching of it, and it reminded me exactly of the jailbreak fight, because when Garnet finally gets her shit back. Because there was a point where they were like worried about fusing or whatever, and she had been defeated by Jasper earlier. But when she gets into that mode where she's like Garnet, there is nothing that can make. During the whole fight, she's smiling the whole time.
Yeah.
And there's nothing, and that's the way she deals with it. And the thing is, it's not even like It's not even like, because there's a lot of references to Dragon Ball and stuff. There's not even like a Dragon Ball moment where all of a sudden she's just super powerful. She's taking hits. She's getting knocked down and she's coming back and fighting. But the whole time she's smiling because she's like, I'm better than you. I know it. Like, there's not even a question to me. She's like, I'm empirically better than you because I am love. I am truth. I am here. And I know that it stands on its own. And it's like, fuck Garnet. Oh, damn. Like, get it.
I love Garnet. Oh, yeah. Garnet gets me every time.
She stands
reason why she's the leader.
Oh.
Yeah. Yep. No, what I did love is that they didn't just give us perfectly fixed diamonds, right? So we know that the diamonds are just still out there. We don't think it's the whole world is everything's great. It's not going to be happily ever after. And Steven even says that in the show where he's just like, I'm always going to have to fight. There's always going to be something.
He's got to work for it.
Yeah.
And it, like at the very beginning, he didn't realize that because he's like, no, everything's great now. And then at the end, he's like, no, that's something you have to actively work for your happily ever after.
Yeah. It's always going to be a struggle, but as long as you're there with your friends and you're standing, it's good. Mm-hmm. I wish this show was around when I was a kid.
I know, seriously, right? Can I have learned from this like 10 years ago
or
15 years ago?
Mental health.
And this is something that Curley told me about that I didn't know about. But one of the things that I love about Lady Sucralose is her just relationship with the community of people that love this show and love what she's created, and then what she's done for them too. Because this is a very regularly cosplayed show. In fact, Linda literally just got done with her pink crochet cosplay at Dragon Con just like a couple weeks ago, right? Like, which is awesome, by the way. But Lapis,
my tan line is gone, by the way.
Oh, good. Yeah. So Curly was. I don't know if you heard that, but yeah, she had left the star on.
Okay, so our photo shoot was out in a sunny area, and you know what Pink Diamond's costume looks like, and I had a gem on my middle, and I got back inside, changed into a different clothing, and I peel the gem off, and there's a perfect gem shape. Perfect. Tan line.
That's great. Yeah.
Just what you needed. But yeah, there was a lot of changes. I mean, obviously, Steven is older and has a neck now. That's nice for him. But also Lapis was one of the big changes, and I thought her new outfit was really, really cool.
Well, so in Change Your Mind, the whole 5-episode ending of the last season, or I think they considered it ending of a season. Yeah. Actually, no, it wasn't. I think they're still on season 5 technically. Anyways, doesn't matter. But when Lapis and Peridot got poofed by the diamonds originally, and then there was a hiatus for like 6 months, there was a lot of speculation of like, all right, well now they're technically they're no longer Care Bear cousins. They're going to be full on Crystal Gems, so they're going to probably reform. And like people had drawn up a whole bunch of different art forms and whatnot. And of course, we get what we got, and it was great. I love Lapis's new form, and I love Peridot's new form. Peridot's new form is, if you haven't deep dove into that, Peridot's new form, everything that's on her, from the knee stars to the glasses, everything is from one of the Crystal Gems. She's got the Steven star on her chest. She's got the knees from Amethyst. She has the glasses from Garnet. Like, the fact that was her chosen form was to emulate all of the fucking main Crystal Gems. And I thought that was so beautiful and so sweet. But what I told Jen the other day was that I remember when Change Your Mind had first come out and that reveal episode happened where we got Lapis coming back from her, being poofed. And she had, she's got pants now, and she's got the little golden shoes and everything, and the added addition of the gold because it's Lapis and all that stuff. Rebecca had put on her Instagram, and she said I chose the style for Lapis's shoes and everything because I felt bad for all the cosplayers that did her and had to wear no shoes. And I was like, that's such a beautiful like connection with like the world and outside of the story and everything. And because what was funny is right as that happened, I follow a bunch of cosplayers, and one of them was Kelly Kirsten, who is one of the most amazing Lapises ever. And she was like, shoes! He's like, I go to all these conventions and I can't wear shoes.
I don't know why. It just like makes me so happy when people that are creating something and something that people are enjoying and that that connection is just beautiful to me, and that's one of the things I really like about Steven Universe is that relationship that happens with the community and the creators and all the stuff that comes out of it, like the Reddits and the Instagrams and the cosplay and everything else from there just makes me very happy. It's the Steven Universe multiverse. So there's like 1,000,001 things that I could honestly continue to talk about because this movie was so good. It was actually, I was kind of thinking it was going to be meh. I was like, all right, we're going to get this meh movie. And it's not going to, there's no way it's going to like feel complete. There's no way it's going to feel super good just on its own, standalone. And I was wrong. I was 100%.
We've been wrong every time.
Every time.
And I will tell you, and I will say this to you straight faced. I was scared as well. And you and I talked about this.
Yeah.
I was terrified to go into this. I was terrified to go into Change Your Mind. I'm terrified after every hiatus. I'm terrified. I'm like, oh, well, we already hit the peak. There's no going up from here. Mm-hmm. And I will say all of that to you right now. And then I will say this to you. How are they going to top this? There's no way this show can get any better than this right now. The next season is going to blow.
Yeah.
I'll say that to you with a straight fucking face. And I know that I'm going to be wrong. Like, she's never let me down. But I still think, I hope so. What are they going to do from here? The only thing I can get at this point is a Lapis and fucking Peridot fusion. So fucking
yeah. So if we want to go into what we think season 6 fan theories or predictions, there's going to be Lapis Peridot fusion. I think Steven's going to get his diamond powers. I think his gem is going to flip. I think it's actually going to flip over to diamond shape.
Fully accept the diamond part of him.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
I think he does have. I think. I don't know if that's necessarily exactly related to that, but I think there is a moment of, because some of the stuff they do in the movie where they showcase his powers, where, like, you know, because originally his little shield bubble was a bubble, and then it had Spike on it when it got upgraded, and then they do a moment where he's like, he realized he could change, and that was his main power, which I didn't even get into, but you did, and it was great. But he starts to like cycle through it, just like all the other gems are cycling through their like old forms all the way up until they get back to where they are. He's like, okay, bubble, Spike, and then he does like a weird fucking shooting polyhedron thing, like out of all directions one, and then he does one that's just a force bubble and it moves everyone back, and I'm like, when did you learn that, buddy? Like, I feel like there's a lot of untapped powers that he is going to get to as he digivolves, or whatever the equivalent to Misty.
And I agree, yeah. I do want more male presenting gems. I do hope that is something that comes. That's a really good point.
It seems like their whole species isn't, though, right? I mean, I guess they present, versus they usually all identify as female. Even the ones that are more masculine than others, like the big hulking one that split, that took them and abducted them with a weird tiny flary one, whatever they're called.
I want to continue to see Bismuth. Bismuth always makes me happy. It's just a very like hard rock like foundation feeling that I always get from Bismuth, and I want more of that. I don't know.
I love how Bismuth is such a fucking awesome support role. Like,
yep.
She's just like, hey, I made all your weapons and all your fucking shit better. Like, here, let me fix this and let me fix that. I build buildings and I'm good at it. And like,
we didn't get into Little Homeworld.
Oh yeah,
Little Homeworld coming along. Gems that have decided to live on Earth, and all of like, there's a lot of people on Reddit that've been parsing like still shots of very quick scenes and stuff of like, I mean, if you go harken back to when like the end of Change Your Mind, when they're like in the healing pool and all the diamonds are there and everything, and you've got all the little gems that are there, and every one of them can be attributed to a boss that they fought at some point in the show, and you're like, oh my god, that's the spiny one, and that's the one that was in the ocean at some point, and like, and then they're all helping each other and working together with humans, and it's got to be Sneeple. Beautiful. We're only looking at Sneeple in the future at this point.
It's gonna be I'm excited to see where it goes from here, and like I said, honestly, I was very impressed with this. The music alone is so good. I've been rocking out to it just repeatedly since I watched it even the second time. Linda, any other thoughts on Steven Universe movie?
I mean, it was really good. I put Steven Universe now in the same kind of category as like Avatar, The Last Airbender. it's because it's very well written. It's beautifully animated. It's got a lot of like mature issues, but it faces them in a way that is very approachable. And I really like it. I really like it a lot.
So much good. There's so many good messages in it, and the fact that it can speak to me in my mid 30s, and then other people I know that are in their like young teens that are like getting stuff from it, and then even like younger, they get something different from it, and that's really cool when you have media that can touch people like, you know, in so many different points in their life.
I for me, I don't know how obvious it is. It was a sleeper hit. Like,
yeah,
I didn't know about it at all. There's tons of anime that I follow and everything, but like I didn't know about the show, and it was just because in my Discord people were like, "You need to watch this. We know you at this point. You need to watch this fucking show." Mm-hmm. And I was like, "Fine, I'll watch your dumb baby show." Blah 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 blah. And I was like going through season 1, and I was very much like I was playing a video game, and I'd watch it late at night on the side screen. And then when I got to Jailbreak is when I was like, "Excuse me, what now?" Excuse me, what's happening? Like, and I was like, "Oh, I'm so into the show," and I binged the crap out of it. And then I'd be like, I have a dedicated room for discussing theories in my Discord. Like, that's the world that I'm living in now. Okay, like I'm the freak that's like shaking my friends. I'm like, "You're gonna watch this."
Curley's actually the one that showed Steven Universe to me the first time.
Oh, really?
He doesn't even remember, which is funny that he doesn't know that I was one of the people.
I assumed it was like the other guys, because you know Gabby and like and Pet Vet and stuff like that. Mars showed me this stuff and was like, "I know what you like. Watch this shit."
No, there was one time where you were like, you and Gabby were watching it, and you're like, "You should watch this. Don't watch it right now with us because it'll ruin it. But go back and watch it." And then I did. I watched it and I caught up to you guys, and then we watched the last 5 episodes, like the last 10 or so episodes, I think we watched together as they were kind of coming out, which was nuts. And everybody should go back and just go check it out if you haven't. It's so good, and it's good. It's good on the second pass too. I've kind of started a second pass, and I think I'm gonna go ahead and just go all the way with it. I wasn't going to, but
always available for you to watch that with. They always down to watch it.
Absolutely,
I'm one of them as well.
The community is crazy. They're so supportive.
You were just talking about its impact and everything. It does fall into that for me. It's so insane. Like I mentioned earlier, just I wish I had this when I was a kid. I can't believe that kids are having something like this on television, fucking on Cartoon Network for them to grow up with, because it doesn't ham fist it down your throat, but it presents a world where it doesn't have to be so fucking goddamn complicated and dramatic. It is just try to be good. Try to be fucking...
Or even if you're not going to be good, just be better. Yeah, like with the diamonds, just be better. Like, that's what he gets them to do. They're not going to be perfect. They're never going to be perfect. They're so caught up in their own shit. They're never going to be perfect. I'm sorry, audio listeners, I'm sorry, but like Linda's cat is like making love at the top of her chair right now behind her head. And like it is adorable, and I'm trying to keep a straight face, but she's so floofy. But yeah, no, like they're never gonna be good, but at least you know what, just be better.
There's so many times in my life where I've gotten to a point where I've thought, I'm actually an okay person. I've got this down. I've done it. I'm okay. And then I'll give it its credit. Like, I'm a better person because of Steven Universe, the show, and because of Rebecca Sugar and stuff.
Yeah.
It's and not to mention, it's helped me learn that I have so much more growing to do. And as a person who's I am a pretty fucking self-centered 33-year-old dude. I shouldn't, by all empirical evidence, shouldn't have those fucking thoughts. But I think I can be better, and I want to be better. And it's thanks to the show and the people that have, not only the show, which is what Jen was saying earlier, not only the show, but the people that are into the show and the people that are around it, either in the Reddits or in our own little small family. Like, y'all rock, and it makes me really happy to exist.
Yeah, absolutely. And I just want to remind everybody to chime in with us too. You can always send emails, geekgrills@gmail.com. You can tweet at us at geekgrills. Let us know if you have pictures of any cosplay you've done or fan art or any of that stuff. I love that shit. Please share it on our Twitter so I can see it, or email it to us so I can see it because it's so good.
One day when I get thinner, I'll dress up as Lapis.
Yeah, no, like I have so many. I just want to cosplay like 8 things right now, and there's so many things in this I could cosplay, All right, grills, and honorary grill friends. What are you anticipating right now, Linda? What's coming up for you?
I've got a recording coming up with my other podcast, Glitter Dice. Some point in the next couple of days, our Let's Play of Bluebeard's Bride will be coming out. It was supposed to come out on like the 15th, but we've had some editing issues, so it's a little late. But for those of you that like role-playing games, if you want a collaborative kind of freeform storytelling game, Bluebeard's Bride is really cool. You play as different facets of the personality of the bride, and you're exploring the house since Bluebeard has left. And if you don't know the Legend of Bluebeard, go read it. It's fun.
Nice.
And then we're supposed to do the Stream Team movie draft, but I was told that has moved.
Yeah, that has moved. So the Stream Team movie draft is coming up. So those of you that are not part of the Diamond Club, we play this game where we get money, fake money, and we bet. We auction off the movies that are coming out for the winter movie draft, and
our millions and millions of zoobles.
Yes,
which
and
we
then
will bet on the
it's basically based on how well the movie does. Curley and I got, I think, third in the summer movie draft, and it's really funny because we got third and we were terrible because we had such a weird approach. But Curley and I held it down for Drunk Kids Gaming.
We
last
lost
season.
Everything we wanted, but something fucking was really good.
Yeah, well, we took all of the kids' movies.
Do we have Lion King? Is that why we failed?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the big
that was
one.
my big one. That was my.
That was on you.
I was like, I don't care what we do, but I want fuck all the Marvel shit. I want Lion King.
And I was like, really?
To be fair, we did a bad job and let like one person have both Shazam and Captain Marvel, which was stupid. Anyway, it got real bad. But this Stream Team movie draft. The good news is I don't think there's any gigantic Marvel movies that will F it up like they usually do. So in the next couple weeks, we'll do that. The game night host, W. Scott is one. He'll be hosting it. We'll make sure it's on the Twitter and stuff so everybody can check it out. We'll be live. We'll be doing it live, and I'm pretty sure that Big Voice Jay will be the voice of it again. So I'll be on Team Drunk Kids Gaming with Curly. Linda and September are going to hold it down for Geek Grills, and it's going to be awesome.
We're going to take it down, Linda.
Yeah, we're gonna go. Yeah. We're gonna go up more than third this time. We're gonna do it.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Lion King. What? Who?
No, Jen's off my team already.
No. All right, Curly. So other than TwitchCon, anything else coming up?
This is just TwitchCon. No, seriously. If anyone that is here, listen to this in the next 3 days or so, that's going to be at TwitchCon. My biggest thing right now, it's con season. It's my big con season. It's in San Diego. So I do all my effort to spend what money I would have normally spent on airplane shenanigans and hotels and whatnot to spend that money instead on making event spaces for you. We locked down an event space downtown next to the convention center that is going to be our hosted space for a 4-hour-ish. Not only silly ass homecoming dance because we did prom in 2016, but also a live Sam Here show. If you like Sam, he's an amazing artist.
We're going to have him on soon. So if you don't know him, you'll know him soon.
I can't wait. Mike TV is pretty much, as far as I've gleaned from him, I talked to him this morning, going to be there. In addition to that, the day before that on Thursday, we're going to get a bonfire going, the same place we did in 2016. All the information is on our Discord right now. I'll link some stuff. If you want to sign up to come to the homecoming dance, you can go to the bit.ly link. If you want to come, or if you want to just see what homecoming's about, is there. Later this evening, there will be a dkgtv.com/bonfire link as well. I just didn't get the time to finish it, but it'll have all the information for the bonfire,
honestly,
which is very easy to get.
My best recommendation for all things Drunk Kids Gaming is Curly's channel, twitch.tv/Drunk Kids Gaming, has all of his linkus and mingus and mongoos to get to like his Discord and everything. That Discord is, I said it the last time Curly was on, it is a happening place. If you are looking for a friend that's into whatever you're into, there is a channel with people that are into that thing. I pretty much guarantee it. It's a fun place.
dkgtv.com/Discord.
See, there you go.
And it redirects to it. And then, there is a room specifically for cons and meetups, which is where all this is being discussed right now. It may look overwhelming at first, but we're all there and whatnot. And it's just going to be, I apologize for like the craziness of it. It's just, it's crunch time for me and I'm freaking out. So it's going to be disjointed.
Awesome. I'll be there in like 3 days, 4 days. I'll be there. So that's what I'm looking forward to, is that it'll be the TwitchCon. I don't really care about the event because last year it made me mad, but I love you, Twitch. Hi. Also DKG Homecoming Dance is my big excitement. And then of course seeing Mike TV, all my friend dudes. Y'all know Mike TV. He's been on the show before. He's a girlfriend. So
he'll
excited.
Be at the bonfire as well. He's coming after his show on Thursday. He's doing the Purple People Palooza, which I'm excited about that little party.
I
texted him because I didn't know how much of that was open outside of Patreon, but
he's got a link for it out in the world.
He did say I'm gonna hit you up when I get home with more information, but he's like, that would be absolutely fine. Bring other people you want. Who cares? Like, it'll be fun, and then we'll bring our people to your thing.
He's got a link on his stuff. So Mike TV Live, he's got links out there on his stuff too. And just remember, folks, I know we're talking about a lot of stuff and there's links happening in the chat. If you're not with us live, you're missing those links. So just remember, you can always come watch us record live, twitch.tv/geekgrills. Typically Sunday evenings, typically 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern. Next week, I think we're going to have to TBD whether or not we're going to be, what time Linda in September will do an episode if I'm not able to, because I might be in a car that day. So watch the Twitter. We always put the news out on the Twitter. And then just a reminder too, in addition to the subs and bits that we get here on Twitch, we are supported by all of our patrons, and you guys are in fact the greatest girlfriends on the internet. We love you so much, and you can become a patron, patreon.com/grills. And don't forget to, if you have Amazon Prime, you can sub to us for free every month on Twitch. Give us Jeff Bezos' money. Do it. Please help us continue to improve what we're doing. And
get us one of those vehicles that are electric.
Yes, help Amazon get more. Oh wait, what?
Steal a Jeff Bezos electric vehicle.
Worst. All right, Linda. How else can friends and folks help us?
Another way to show your support is by leaving us a review. You can do so on any of your podcast catchers. Doing so is free, and they help our ranking, which helps other people find us, which is great. Also, you can join our Facebook page and follow us on Twitter and help us spread the word there.
Awesome. Where can the folks find you on the interwebs, Curly? Give us the easiest links to find your stuffs.
DKGTV.com.
Boom.
It has links to everything from my Steam community list, which has never been used ever, to my YouTube, to all of the Discord and the channel and everything else. It's all there. Podcast is there. It's great.
Awesome. And Linda, where can the folks find you?
You can also listen to me talk about women and gaming on the Glitter Dice podcast, and you can find me here on Twitch under the name True Noob. That's TRUN00B. I promise I'll be getting back onto streaming soon. Thank you, Curly.
Soon we'll be there. All right, in September, who's not with us tonight, you can
tell us your favorite story of your favorite time as a child. September now.
At 9 of 12 is where you can find September on Twitter and Twitch, and on the Heresy and Hearsay podcasts, as well as the Trust Your Kate podcast. I am the Jen. You can find me at the Jen Says on Twitter, streaming on Twitch, twitch.tv/the Most of my streaming right now is Classic WoW. It's where we're at right now. Also, America's Next Top Podcaster.com. I'm on the friggin' website, y'all. And thanks for listening, everyone. Good game.
Good game.
GG.
Diamond Club hopes you have enjoyed this program.
That fucking laugh every time. I can't not laugh. It's with laughing. All right, let's pick a show title, y'all, before we figure out who we're going to toss this mayhem over to. Curly, thanks again for coming, by the way. It was really awesome to have you.
I always have fun.
Let's play hide and never seek. Your new best friend is really good.
Steal a Bezos electric van
is also really good. These are all really good.
I'm gonna go with my new best friend, Spinel.
Your new best friend.
God, when she transitions from being like cute and lovable when she's back in the garden, and her voice goes, "Hey, he didn't really need me," and then it just dips back down into her whole 6,000 years later fucking like angered profession. Her voice actress is amazing. Apparently, she was in something that I read on. I can't remember now. Spinel voice.
Did I say the Jen plays on? Or I did say the Jen. Okay, I have to keep checking myself because I keep accidentally saying the Jen. Oops, sorry, I'm giving you a bunch of crap.
Oh, here's a fun fucking fact that I forgot to fucking say that I was trying to remember during the show. So,
Damn it.
Spinell's voice actress. The chick who played Kate Monster in fucking Avenue Q.
Oh, that's right.
That's her.
cool.
She developed the role and sung it on the first fucking production of it. Of course she's fucking amazing.
Oh my god. Oh, by the way, we should have thrown it out there. Like, what, in a half an hour, Curly? Are you guys doing well?
I was trying to, yeah. No, we'll be up in like 20 minutes. I was gonna go live and then you could throw it to me or you want to do. I don't really care. That's fine.
How soon are you gonna go live right now? Because we can totally do that.
I could go live and then I could transition.
It's up to you, man. I can also toss it over. I think if we don't, we're just gonna toss it over to Bryce. So, who's live on Night Attack?
Minute. Give me 1 minute.
Okay, so we're gonna send it on over. We're gonna send it all over to DKG. So I'm gonna send it to the channel. Everybody just chill. It'll be like a minute till it gets there. But Curly and Kaz are gonna do DKG Whelp here in like very soonish. So you might as well just go hang out over there and catch that. And thanks to all you live folks that came and hung out. And Rev, thanks so much for hanging out and talking Steven Universe with us. That was really fun. I'm excited. We got a chance to talk about this
dance
movie.
with Revis in like 3 days.
In literal
meat space.
And I only have a podcast to make in that time if I don't get kicked off of a show. Woo! Stress.
You need best friend?
You need best friend?
Someone's got to convince me to wear a dress.
I'm working on it. I'm going to be there. That's my job. Just to get there as early as possible so that I can convince you. And I bought Spanx.
What you need is a dress with a twirlable hem. That way it's fun to wear.
Oh, no, he does.
Twirl it.
Oh, he does.
I have a whole outfit.
He's got options.
Don't have the gumption to
He's
do it.
got wigs. And if there's anywhere that it's going to be a good idea and safe space, it would be there. And I was considering doing.
Ready.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He did a cosplay of his character Hazel from Dynamite D&D. For the last episode of
we had a
chapter or whatever.
I don't know. I mean, so for Steve's Dynamite D&D thing is that during summers he has a very a limit, or he has a period of time where he's not working, and so he wanted to make a weekly thing just for the summer, and so we had 12 sessions of 6 hours each of Dynamite D&D once a week, and we all obviously started getting very interested in our characters, and me and Aaron kept like feeding energy off of each other, and we're like, what if we like do something big for the final episode? And I was like, let's just dress up like our characters. And we ended up doing it. Like Erin had this like cool, like very like, cause she plays Aarakocra. So she's got this like bird, like masquerade mask and everything. And it's very fun. It was very fun. I got very twirly. Apparently everyone kept saying to me.
I'm excited.
I was enjoying wearing a skirt.
I'm excited to get the live Curly fashion show if nothing else. And also, so I think we did pick a show title. We're gonna go with my new best friend. Your new best friend. Your new best friend. Yes, your new best friend. Your new best friend. Your new best friend. But yeah, you don't need to dance to go to the homecoming. You can still just have a good old fucking time. Those of you that I'm gonna see, then I'm super excited. I love all of you, beautiful people. Curly, is your channel in holding pattern yet?
Nope. 1 second.
Okay.
This one and that one and educational and politics.
Cool. And I like how the tags are so fun. And like we all have like the weirdest fucking tags at this point.
I do news, pop culture, gaming, news, educational.
I do some weird stuff too. It's been pretty fun. Oh man.
For whenever we do Trouble and Terror Town nights, I put competitive and cooperative as to the 2 tens.
I love it because it's basically true. That's how it works out. All right, y'all, go follow Curly if you don't already. It's Drunk Kids Gaming. We're going to go send it over to them right now because they're going live. And then go check out DKG Welp. Love you all. Bye. Kermit Arms. Bye.
It was nice to see you again, Linda. Next time, come to Arcade 10.
We're going to get somewhere. We're going to get Linda live or we're going to go to Dragon Con. One of the two. All right, and we are going in 1, 2, and bye, guys.
I'm live. Yeah, bye.
Bye.